Yeah, first and foremost, again, thanks to the traveling fans from the Sons of Ben. The union support that we got tonight I thought was excellent, very loud. Obviously an extremely hot night, tough conditions. I could talk about a lot of different things, but I do have to say I love my players right now. I love each and every one of them, the effort that they're giving. There's something special going on with this group. Player 1 through 30 have been pushing things along the right way. We had a tough stretch at the beginning of the year, but we believed in ourselves, stuck to what we believed in. Now you're starting to see the work come out on the field. Again, tonight we asked everything we asked of them, they executed. Again, it's not an easy night because DC's a very good team that's coming up right behind us, so it took a lot of effort. Incredibly hot conditions, but our ability to keep the ball, our ability to create chances, I thought on the night was good. And again, now it feels like every game that we play is the biggest win of the season. I think this one falls into that category. We've played now 5 in a row where, from the Open Cup semifinal to this one, where each one had consequences to it, and our guys really executed, and the players deserve all the credit.
Questions?
Jim, it seemed defensively you guys had Ray especially a lot collapsing inside to cut down the space. What was the plan to defending Rooney and Acosta and the moves that they make off each other?
Yeah, well, those two are obviously really dangerous, and they kind of feed off each other. You can tell that when their season really turned was when those two started playing together, and they really enjoyed playing off each other. What they also add, though, is their wingers really pinch in, and it creates a numbers advantage, so they can play little 1-2s, and you're kind of chasing the ball. So Ray and Keegan both pinched in quite a bit, and then we asked our wingers to really work hard back to cover their outside backs who give them their width. We did a good job on their left side, not great with O'Neal Fisher in the beginning parts of the game, where he had some opportunities where if we're not a little quicker closing the ball, he could have really punished us. But we dodged a few bullets in the first half, but then over the course of 90 minutes, I thought we played pretty well.
Both of those kind of seemed to develop quick through the back. Is that something you guys were focused on and saw on tape?
We're a team that, listen, right now we're decent in terms of defensive work that we're doing, and we're tough to break down. We don't give up a ton of chances in the run of play, and our ability to break on the counter to find Borek's feet and then have guys really come to life. They know that he'll put the ball where it needs to be, and you're starting to see guys have that belief to run hard in the box, getting 3 numbers in the box. I thought both goals that we scored were very good. The first one, Corey shoots to the back post as you're supposed to, just because that can give a rebound, and CJ's right there to follow it up. Second one is a really nice build-up, a lot of combination, and then also a good hard run in the box by Fafa. So the guys are confident. Again, they deserve all the credit. They're the ones that are putting the work in, and belief is a powerful thing. Again, we're a team that all 11 of our guys have to be on their game to win. And they've kind of embraced that part of it, and from that standpoint, we're a true team. So again, no one's going to bail us out on that night where we're just average or we have 3 guys have off nights. That's nights we get beat.
Belief-wise, what does a game like this and a performance like this do for CJ?
It separates, in terms of the team, it separates us a little bit from a very good DC team, but also now with CJ, the work that he's put in defensively, the ability to win aerial duels and buy us real estate, all the little intangibles that he does, he's actually been really good coming across the field on the dribble. Just kind of opens up the whole field. So he's been really good, and for him to be rewarded with a goal, I thought was just. And now, you have a front 3 that's a pain in the butt to play against, and you have Borek, who's as good as any number 10 in our league.
Seems like you guys improved substantially after going ahead between the conditions and both of you playing on the weekend and what you want to do as far as keeping the ball in this kind of weather. How was the first goal even more important than normal in a match like this?
I would say so. Again, goals change games. It makes you change your tactics. It makes you come out a little bit more. So it was a night where maybe after a cautious first half, first beginning to the half, first 15 minutes, we were able to get a goal, and that always opens up teams and makes them change a little bit. Fatigue sets in. I think our sports performance department, Garrison Draper, and the work that they've all done deserve a heck of a lot of credit, because our guys are fit. I believe we're now 7-1 on Wednesday nights, so that's a pretty solid stat in terms of congested schedule, us taking advantage of it. That's a credit to the work that the entire medical department and sports science department do, because our guys look like they had legs at the end of the game. We'll really get tested because we've got to get on a plane and go to Orlando now, and it'll probably be 100 degrees down there. So no time to rest, no time to think that we've accomplished anything, but at the same time, really proud of the players and the performance.
Jim,
CJ has taken a lot of heat from a lot of people in his time here in the last couple of weeks. What have you seen from him that maybe has changed in him in the course of this move to the wing? Because it wasn't just the goal tonight, it was that crossing that foul.
Yeah, listen, CJ's been excellent for us. Again, sometimes, when I had a talk with him about maybe rotating some minutes with him and Corey, the word I used was it's time to reset, and he's a guy that kind of responded to that. I think it clicked with him. He watched for a half. He came in now on the wing and has been kind of rejuvenated. I can tell you this: every coach calls about CJ Sabang. So when people talk negatively about him, I think it's a joke, to be honest, because he's a champion in this league. He's a guy who has put in tons of games, tons of minutes for the club. So I think it's unjust that people are critical. But again, that's the nature of being a striker. So he takes that like a man. But at the same time, he certainly hasn't ran from it, because the way he's playing right now, he's possessed out there. But again, I think he deserves all the credit for pushing through in hard moments. Didn't come to me and complain or asked to move on or go somewhere else. He just rolled up his sleeves, worked harder, and now again he's a guy. He talked to every back line. They also don't want to play against him. So he's a warrior. Gives everything for the badge, and I'm really proud of his performance tonight.
When you talked about the defensive strategy today, specifically with Elliott, knowing how good they are in the air, does that make it a little bit easier to kind of compact that space and know that those two guys that can deal with the aerial things, and how well have Austin and Jack played?
Listen, we catch a break that Assad's not out there a little bit, because he's skillful, talented guy, and that front four was really going well. With the front four that they had today, there wasn't a huge threat to get in behind us, so Jack could be aggressive. Nervous when he's playing on a yellow card. That's hard. You have to be disciplined as a center back. But at the same time, I thought that the center backs were brave. Our outside backs played really well too and intercepted balls, but we really did a decent job, as best we could, of trying to stop a world-class player when he drops into midfield. We gave the guys the green light to follow him and try to disrupt him. And as the game went on, he dropped deeper and deeper, which is a win for us. He still played a couple balls that were an inch away from breaking us down. So again, we get a little lucky in that regard, but overall, good defensive shape from the team. Jack was excellent again. Nervous always playing on a yellow card, because they have some dynamic guys that you can just reach in 1 second and then all of a sudden the game can change.
When you decided to make the switch to put CJ out wide, how long did you kind of expect in terms of him settling into that role, and how is what you've actually seen run against your expectations?
Listen, again, the guy scored 16 goals as a striker for us last year. He also has won a trophy as a winger, you know what I mean, for Kansas City. So it's not foreign to him. You could put CJ almost anywhere on the field and he would adjust and adapt to it. So part of his skill set is that again, he can hold balls up. He wins everything in the air. He's incredible defensively. He can get goals for you. He gets assists. So he can beat you a lot of different ways. So we're really happy with his performance tonight. And again, every guy on the team checked a lot of the positive boxes tonight.
Vapa's got 3 goals now in his last 4 starts. I know we focused a lot about CJ, but Vapa's been doing the same amount of work on the other side of the wing.
Yeah.
How important has him kind of finishing in front of goal now helped you guys?
Yeah, well, speed kills. We're very much a right side dominant team in terms of when we build up. But we talked a lot about him crashing the back post in this game, because he does get frustrated sometimes in the run of play where he's not getting the amount of touches that maybe we get on the right-hand side. But credit for him for doing a good job tonight. And again, his speed makes the entire defense and entire back line shift and change. So overall, again, really playing at a high level for us. I imagine there's been some U.S. national team stuff, talks about him. We'll see what happens, but overall, he brings something to the table that not a lot of wingers in our country have, and not a lot of wingers in our league have. So he's playing at a very high level right now.
Coach, what did you tell your team at halftime?
Score a second goal. No, I told them, to take it 15 minutes at a time. Again, this is a tough atmosphere, beautiful stadium, great crowd. So it was going to be hard against a very good opponent. So 15 minutes at a time, win the first 15, because if they score a goal now, it can change quickly. We got through that first 15 without giving up too much. From there, they made a few attacking subs, and we did a decent job of adjusting. I thought the guys that came into the game in the next 15 minutes helped us calm things down and keep possession. And then by the end of the game, we were able to connect some passes and really make them run and work hard, which was a great way to close the game out. Second goal always helps. I think that's the best defense, something that we talked about at halftime as well. they're going to keep pushing. They're going to throw numbers forward. The second goal is the way to win this game, and the guys executed and did it.